here and maybe give you some inspiration to do something at your house or some ideas. Right here we have some raised beds. These are about 2 feet by 30. I didn't put, you can kind of see how I've connected. Didn't just do it all at once, but I did, 8, 10, 12 feet at a time. And going through all of them, we have drip lines. So mostly earlier, we put some lettuce and stuff in here. But right now, the peppers are coming on real good. And these are your giant Marconis. They're an Italian pepper. You can see them. They're just loaded all the way down. All these. And this heirloom is one of my favorite. And I always like to put onions, and you can see I've been cutting these green onions off and eating them. Uh, they're delicious. Right here, these are fig trees, and if you bring these fig trees in over the winter, you'll get 2 fruits a year. One in the around June and one in the fall. So you see these are all figs right here. This is a lemon tree. And if you do like onions, this is called a walking onion or an Egyptian onion. You can see it bulbs on the end. And what happens is once these get heavy, they break and then they lean over, and they call it a walking onion because they'll lean over on the ground, and then these onion bulbs will come out, and then a new onion will start. I love them. So there's walking or Egyptian onions. Some people call them Chinese onions, but you can see them, and they just kind of bend over and then break, and then wherever they fall, they start new onions. These are all figs. I love figs. You can see these figs coming on. More peppers, some old lettuce I'm letting go to seed. And right here we have some green beans that I've been picking. I really like these. Yeah, they're delicious. Um, and some more peppers, and these are kind of just all different kind. This right here is a good pepper, and there's your banana. Um, got some chocolate bells, orange blaze, mostly heirloom, but some of them are hybrids. These are your tomatillos, which make your verde salsas and your green salsas, which I really like. Uh, More peppers, and these are some spicy peppers. More peppers, and here's some awesome peppers. Beautiful. Look at those starting to turn red and orange. And I got my buddy in the yard with me, working with me today. And here was some kale that is not doing so well, but I'm not eating anymore, so I just let the beetles and the bugs go at it. Kind of keeps them off. If you haven't had ground cherries, this whole bed is full of ground cherries. They are absolutely delicious, and look, I mean, you can just see them. They're everywhere, absolutely everywhere. And so they're they have this husk around them, and they have this berry inside of them, and they're called ground cherries. And they're so sweet. They taste like a hint of pineapple and strawberry, in my opinion. I mean, with my taste, but they are just prolific and delicious. There's my other sweetheart right there. Roses. I love roses. These are called Double Delight. Look at that. Vibrant, beautiful. I love roses. Mm. And we got, I don't know if you can see, all planted a lot of uh, sunflowers for the bees, stuff like that. They're starting to come on. Lilies. And this right here, I mean, you might know what this is. It's horseradish, but um, this can be very invasive. But I love horseradish. grinding it up, eating it raw, making sauces with it. And actually, if I'm having guests over or grilling or something, I'll cut these big leaves up and I'll wrap, like your prime rib or your KC strip, your ribeye, and I'll wrap that and grill it with that, and it's absolutely delicious. Here's some Mosa bamboo, and here's move on to the greenhouse. This is one of my favorites. This is called indigo apples, and look at these monsters. Those look they're coming on. They're about to be ripe in a week or two. I mean, they're just loaded. Then we got peppers, galore. Here's an orange blaze coming on. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. Some more. Look at that, beautiful purple. Look at these. These are like 7 feet tall, and it's the second day of summer, and they're don't really have much more room for them here. And there's about 30 tomatoes in here. And look at these bell peppers, huge. I mean, just absolutely loaded. And mostly the tomatoes. I'm kind of bending down in here because this thing is just loaded with tomatoes and peppers. Like a jungle in here. Here's one of my favorite cherries, and that's you can see it, purple bumblebee. Look at those, metallic with a purple and reddish. Mm. They're early and they're delicious. More peppers all the way along there. Look at these tomatoes. These are Big Zacks, the hybrid that I really like. That's a pounder. Those are all pounders on there. They get up to 5 pounds. World record holder, Big Zack. Like growing big tomatoes. There's some brandy wines. Um, get Big Zacks. They're a strong plant and they just humongous tomatoes. And they were bred with 2 heirlooms, so they have a delicious taste. But that's one of the hybrids I grow out of the many heirlooms. Purple bumblebees. Let's give you a quick rundown over here. Rapicante squash. It's an Italian squash. I mean, they are just humongous. And you can see the row of tomatoes here. And that squash was a volunteer. And we got another row of tomatoes. So we got cherries on this side. And then we have small to mediums, like your lemon boys. You see these right here. And that is a Sun Gold Select. If you like sweet and early tomatoes, get your Sun Gold Select. And you'll have those probably first. We have the purple bumblebee. And here is the sunrise bumblebee. Beautiful. Oh man, look at that. That amazing, gorgeous color. I can't stop. I'm eating them. Mm. More tomatoes. These are Sun Gold Select. You can see them. There's about 20. So on the second day of summer, here in the Midwest, you got a plant loaded with delicious tomatoes. You're doing all right. And again, all these have drip lines. So we haven't had rain in quite a while. So I water them with the drip line. That keeps the soil-borne diseases off your plants. Here's another row of tomatoes. And they keep getting bigger. So we had cherries, small mediums. These are mediums. You can kind of see them on there. They get to about 4 to 8, 10. And then this last row, you can see we're doubling these cages up. So these cages are 10 feet tall, and they'll be way over that by the end of summer. But these are your big beefs right there. So that's a hybrid. Big beef, Big Zack, are my two favorite, probably hybrids. The rest of them, Brandywine, Cherokee Purple, Black Krim, your Indigo Apple, that's an open pollinated, or and then your Black Cherry, open pollinated. Those are some of my favorite heirlooms. They're just my favorite. The Brandywine, the Cherokee Purple, the Big Beef, the Big Zack, because they get so big and they're so productive and vigorous. I mean, you can see these are just growing over these cages, and we still got 3 months, 4 months to go. This is a new one I got. It's called an atomic grape. We'll see what it looks like. You can kind of see how an atomic grape, and I got these from Baker Creek. Most of the seeds from Baker Creek. More sunflowers right here. And you can see next to this yellow bamboo, we have watermelons all over there with sunflowers coming up. Sunflowers galore. Sunflowers. We got your Granny Smith apple seed. And we got a peach tree back there next to a mulberry tree. These are green beans, pole beans, another tomatillo, and all your mint next to your sunflowers and your apple trees and the beehives.